You won't believe what happened to me in just 30 days. I went from being too scared to speak English at work to teaching my colleagues how to improve their grammar. My boss even asked me to lead the next presentation in English. I know it sounds impossible. 2 months ago, I was the person who hid in meetings when English was spoken. Today, I'm helping others learn English using the same method that changed my life. If you want to know exactly how I did this, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. By the end of this video, you'll have the exact step-by-step process I used. But first, let me tell you where this all started. Chapter 1. The Problem and My Discovery. My English Nightmare. My name is Maria, and I work in a big company in Madrid. 2 months ago, my English was terrible. I mean really, really bad. Every morning, I walked into the office with fear in my stomach. Why? Because I knew someone would speak to me in English, and I would freeze. Let me tell you about my worst day. It was a Tuesday morning in March. My manager called me into a meeting with clients from London. "Maria," he said, "can you explain our new project to Em?" I felt my face turn red. My hands started shaking. I opened my mouth, but nothing came out. The British clients looked at me with confusion. Finally, I whispered, I cannot. My English is not good. My manager had to explain everything himself. I sat there for 45 minutes, understanding maybe 30% of what they said. I wanted to disappear. After the meeting, I ran to the bathroom and almost cried. I felt so ashamed. I thought, how can I work in an international company when I can't even introduce myself properly? My failed attempts. This wasn't my first problem with English. I had tried everything. English classes. I went to evening classes for 6 months. The teacher was nice, but we spent most time learning grammar rules. When someone asked me a simple question like, "How was your weekend?" Swing, I still couldn't answer naturally. Language apps. I downloaded 5 different apps. Duolingo, Babbel, Busuu, you name it. I did lessons every day for 2 months. I learned words like apple and cat, but I still couldn't have a real conversation. YouTube videos. I watched hundreds of English learning videos. I learned about past perfect tense and conditional sentences. But when my American colleague said, "What's up?" in the elevator, I answered, "The ceiling." He looked at me very strangely. English movies. Everyone said, "Watch movies in English." I tried. I watched Friends with subtitles for weeks. I knew all the jokes in Spanish, but I still couldn't understand why Ross was always saying, "We were on a break." Nothing worked. I was spending 2 hours every day studying English, but my speaking was still terrible. The discovery that changed everything. Then, on March 15th, I remember the exact date. Something amazing happened. I was at lunch with my friend Carlos. He's a programmer who speaks perfect English. I was complaining about my English problems again. "Maria," he said, "have you tried ChatGPT?" "Chat what?" I asked. He showed me his phone. "It's an AI that can talk with you about anything. I use it to practice my English conversations." I was suspicious. "An AI? How can a computer help me speak better?" Carlos smiled. "Just try it for one day. Ask it to be your English teacher." That evening, I opened ChatGPT on my laptop. My hands were shaking. Yes, I was nervous to talk to a computer. I typed, "Hello, I am Maria from Spain. My English is very bad. Can you help me?" The response came immediately. "Hello, Maria. I'd love to help you improve your English. Don't worry about making mistakes. That's how we learn. Tell me, what would you like to practice today? I couldn't believe it. This AI was friendly. It didn't judge me. It just wanted to help. My first small wins. I decided to try something simple. I typed, I want to practice ordering food in a restaurant. ChatGPT responded, great choice. Let's role play. I'll be the waiter and you be the customer. Here we go. Good evening. Welcome to Tony's restaurant. Do you have a reservation? For the first time in months, I felt excited about English practice. I typed, no, I don't have reservation. Can I have table for one person? Instead of telling me I was wrong, ChatGPT responded, of course. Right this way. Here's your table and the menu. Would you like to start with something to drink? Then it added, by the way, great job. Just a small tip. We usually say a reservation and a table instead of just reservation and table. Keep going. I felt so happy. It corrected me, but in a kind way. Not like my old English teacher who made me feel stupid. We continued the role play for 20 minutes. I ordered food, asked about ingredients, even complained about cold soup. ChatGPT was patient with every mistake. Building my daily routine. The next day, I couldn't wait to practice again. I realized I had found something special. I created a routine that changed my life. Morning, 15 minutes. I practiced one conversation topic. Monday was ordering food. Tuesday was asking for directions. Wednesday was talking about my job. Lunch break, 15 minutes. I asked ChatGPT to correct sentences I wanted to say at work. For example, how do I tell my boss that I finished the report? Evening, 30 minutes. This was my favorite time. I had longer conversations with ChatGPT about my day, my dreams, my problems. It was like having a personal English tutor who never got tired. The magic of practice conversations. Let me show you exactly how ChatGPT helped me. Here's a conversation from my second week. Me. ChatGPT, I need to call a client tomorrow about a delay in our project. I'm very scared. What should I say? ChatGPT, I understand your nervousness. Let's practice this call together. I'll play the client. Remember to be calm, honest, and solution-focused. Ready? Ring, ring. Hello, this is John from London Partners. Me. Hello, John. This is Maria from Madrid office. I am calling about the Johnson project. ChatGPT. Hi, Maria. Yes, how's everything going with that? Me. I have some bad news. We will be late with delivery. Maybe 1 week more. ChatGPT. Oh, that's disappointing. What happened? Me. We had some technical problems with the software, but we found solution now. We are working extra hours to finish quick. ChatGPT. I see. Well, these things happen. Will you definitely have it ready next Friday? Me. Yes, I promise. We will send it Thursday evening. ChatGPT. Okay, I'll inform my team. Thanks for letting me know early. After we finished, ChatGPT gave me feedback. Excellent job, Maria. You were clear and professional. A few small improvements. Say 1 more week instead of 1 week more, and finish quickly instead of finish quick. Also, instead of I have some bad news, try I need to update you on the timeline. This sounds more professional. I felt amazing. I had just successfully navigated a difficult business conversation. The real phone call the next day went perfectly because I had already practiced it. Progressive learning that actually worked. The beautiful thing about ChatGPT was that it adapted to my level. In week 1, we practiced simple sentences. Where is the bathroom? How much does this cost? What time is the meeting? By week 2, I was making longer sentences. Could you please explain this again? I didn't understand the last part. I think there might be a problem with the printer on the third floor. Would it be possible to reschedule our meeting to Thursday afternoon? By week 3, I was having real conversations, talking about my childhood in Seville, explaining Spanish culture to ChatGPT, discussing my career goals and dreams, the best part. I never felt judged. When I made mistakes, ChatGPT would say things like, "Good effort. Try this instead. You're getting better. Just a small correction. Perfect meaning. Here's a more natural way to say it." Real-world applications begin. After 2 weeks of daily practice, something incredible happened. I was in the office kitchen making coffee when my British colleague James came in. "Morning, Maria," he said. "How's your day going?" Before, I would have panicked, but this time, words came naturally. "Good morning, James." "It's going well, thank you. I just finished reviewing the quarterly reports. How about you?" James looked surprised, but in a good way. "Oh, wow. Your English has really improved. Are you taking classes?" I felt so proud. I said, "Thank you. I've been practicing conversations with an AI assistant. It's helping me feel more confident." "That's brilliant," James replied. "Keep it up. You're doing great." I walked back to my desk with the biggest smile. Someone had noticed my improvement. The breakthrough moment. But the real breakthrough came in week 3. Remember that terrible meeting from the beginning of my story? Well, history was about to repeat itself, but with a very different ending. My manager approached my desk on a Friday afternoon. "Maria, we have another meeting with the London clients next week. They specifically requested you to present the new project updates." My heart started beating fast, but then I remembered all my practice sessions with ChatGPT. We had rehearsed presentations dozens of times. "Of course," I said. "I'd be happy to do the presentation." My manager looked shocked. 2 months ago, I couldn't say 2 sentences in English. Now I was volunteering for international presentations. That weekend, I spent hours with ChatGPT preparing. We practiced. Opening statements. "Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today." Transitional phrases. "Let me move on to the next point." And that brings us to the question of handling questions. That's an excellent question. Let me think about that for a moment. Closing statements. Are there any other questions before we wrap up? ChatGPT even helped me prepare for difficult questions I might not know how to answer. If you don't know something, it's perfectly fine to say, "That's a great question. Let me get back to you with detailed information after I consult with my team." Chapter 2. The Transformation and New Opportunities. The presentation that changed everything. Monday morning arrived. I walked into the conference room where 5 British clients were waiting. 2 months ago, I would have been terrified. Today, I felt nervous but confident. "Good morning, everyone," I began. "Thank you for taking the time to join us today. I'm Maria, and I'll be presenting our Q2 project updates." The words flowed naturally. I had practiced this opening 50 times with ChatGPT. For the next 20 minutes, I presented our progress, explained challenges we had overcome, and outlined our plans for the next quarter. When someone asked a complex question about budget allocation, I didn't panic. "That's an excellent question, Robert," I said. "Let me walk you through our cost breakdown by department." After the presentation, the clients were impressed. The lead client, Sarah, said, "Maria, that was very clear and professional. Your English has improved tremendously since our last meeting." I felt tears of pride in my eyes. I had done it. I had given a successful presentation in English to native speakers, but the best was yet to come. Career breakthrough. 3 days after the presentation, my manager called me into his office. "Maria," he said, "I have some news. The London office has requested you to lead the communication for the new international project. They were very impressed with your presentation skills." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. "Really? They want me?" "Yes." He smiled. "It comes with a promotion and a 25% salary increase. The role involves weekly calls with teams in London, New York, and Sydney. Are you interested?" 6 months ago, I would have said no immediately. International calls in English? Impossible. But now? "Yes," I said without hesitation. "I would love this opportunity." That evening, I opened ChatGPT and typed, "You won't believe what happened today." I told my AI friend about the promotion. It responded, "Maria, I'm so proud of you. This is the result of your hard work and dedication. Remember when you could barely order food in a restaurant role play? Look how far you've come." Sharing my success. Word about my English improvement spread quickly in the office. Colleagues started asking me for advice. "Maria, how did you improve your English so fast? What's your secret? Can you help me with my pronunciation?" I realized I had become the person others came to for English help. It felt incredible. I started organizing informal English practice sessions during lunch breaks. I taught my colleagues the same techniques ChatGPT had taught me: daily conversation practice. Spend 15 minutes every day having a conversation about your real life. Role play. Real situations. Practice the conversations you actually need at work. Don't fear mistakes. Every mistake is a learning opportunity. Progressive difficulty. Start with simple sentences, then build up to longer conversations. My colleague Anna said, "Maria, you're like a completely different person. 2 months ago, you were afraid to speak English. Now you're teaching us." Helping others transform. The most rewarding part of my journey was helping others. I showed 5 colleagues how to use ChatGPT for English practice. Within a month, all of them had improved significantly. Carlos, who introduced me to ChatGPT, was amazed. "Maria, you've become the office English expert. Everyone comes to you for help now." I started a WhatsApp group called English Champions, where we shared our daily practice achievements. Today, I successfully complained about my hotel room in English. I just explained Spanish tax law to an American client. My boss complimented my email writing skills. Seeing others succeed using the same method made me incredibly happy. The full circle moment. 6 weeks after my first ChatGPT session, something magical happened. I was having lunch with a new colleague, Lisa, who had just moved from the United States. She was struggling to learn Spanish and looked frustrated. "Learning languages is so hard," she sighed. "I've been here for 3 months, and I still can't have a basic conversation in Spanish." I smiled, remembering how I felt not too long ago. "Actually, I can help you with that. I know exactly how you feel, and I found a method that works incredibly well." "Really? How did you learn English so well? You sound almost native." I couldn't believe she said that. Me, sounding almost native. I explained my ChatGPT method to Lisa, and her eyes lit up with hope. "You mean I can practice Spanish conversations with an AI without feeling embarrassed about my mistakes?" "Exactly," I said. It changed my life in 30 days. It can change yours too. That evening, Lisa sent me a message. Maria, I just had my first Spanish conversation with ChatGPT. It corrected my grammar kindly and helped me express what I was trying to say. I feel hopeful for the first time in months. This was my full circle moment. I had gone from being the person who needed help to the person giving help. It felt amazing. Today, 3 months after starting my ChatGPT journey, my English continues to improve. I have weekly video calls with international clients, written proposals in English that have won new business, made friends with English-speaking colleagues, started reading English novels for pleasure, even begun watching Netflix shows without subtitles. But the most important change isn't in my English skills, it's in my confidence. I'm no longer afraid to try new things or make mistakes. When I don't know a word or phrase, I ask questions instead of staying silent. Last week, during a video call with our New York office, someone used an expression I didn't understand. Let's circle back on this. Old Maria would have pretended to understand and felt confused for the rest of the meeting. New Maria said, "Sorry, could you explain what circle back means? I want to make sure I understand correctly." My American colleague smiled and said, "Of course." It means, "Let's return to this topic later." Great question, Maria. My transformation had effects beyond just language learning. My increased confidence helped me in other areas. I started speaking up more in Spanish meetings too. I applied for leadership training at work. I began learning Italian using the same ChatGPT method. I even started dating again. My English skills helped me feel more confident meeting new people. My family noticed the change too. My mother said, "Maria, you seem happier and more confident. What happened?" I told her about my English journey. She was so inspired that she, at age 58, decided to start learning English with ChatGPT too. Thank you for watching my story. When I started this journey 90 days ago, I never imagined I would be making English learning videos or helping dozens of colleagues improve their language skills. The method I used is simple, but it works. Daily conversation practice with ChatGPT roleplay, real-life situations you need, progressive difficulty from sentences to stories. Don't fear mistakes. Embrace them as learning opportunities. Apply what you practice in real-world situations immediately. Now I want to hear from you. In the comments, tell me, what's your biggest English learning challenge? Have you tried ChatGPT for language practice? What language skill do you want to improve most? Remember, if I could go from hiding in meetings to leading international presentations in just 30 days, you can too. The only thing you need is dedication and the right method. Your English transformation starts today. Are you ready? Don't forget to like this video if it helped you, subscribe for more English learning content, and ring that notification bell so you never miss my tips and strategies.